All right, you guys. So there's this new thing going around. I saw it all over TikTok. It's on YouTube. It's a big thing. Maybe not a big thing. I don't know. I hope it's a big thing. I really hope it's a really big thing, and I want it to be a good thing. Okay, so you guys, you've been hearing this thing online called financial celibacy. This is a new trend, apparently, that the men are doing this. And I'm like, I said this months ago, and I'm so happy the men have listened.
We laugh at the bill, but the numbers don't lie. Do the joke, do the mad moral financer. Financer, 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 moral financer.
All right, you guys, welcome back to the podcast of Archie's Briefings. I'm your host, Arshel Branch. And of course, take the time to subscribe to the channel of Pocket Politics and the channel of Moral Finance if you haven't already. Definitely hit those notification bells so that way you guys are always notified when new episodes are dropping. I do want to apologize for the episode being late today. This is my second time recording, and it just, first time, it didn't go so well. The clips weren't working out, and really, it's like I just wanted to say how awesome I think this is. Now, before we go ahead and not really take this massive deep dive into why I think men exercising financial celibacy is a good thing, definitely click that link in the description box if you guys are interested in getting your zero-based budgets, built out. If you, at the bare minimum, just want to find out where you are, get that financial clarity, definitely click that link in the description box of my website, Moral Finance. This way you guys can at least get the free information of your debt to income ratios. And if you are interested in going further to have your zero-based budgets built out, we can always talk about rates, what's going to be a good time for you guys to set this up, and all that good stuff. So definitely hit that link in the description box. Okay, now let's talk about financial celibacy and why I think this is a great thing. First of all, I said this months ago, okay? There is literally a video that I posted last year, which is not that long ago, where I said, men, don't spend your money on the broad. I gave a whole backstory. And I went to the store one day. I wasn't even cute, okay? I was just literally in a crop top t-shirt and some jeans and a Nike jacket. I just wanted to go to the store and get either a bottle of wine or some beer because my sister and I were doing like this wine down over the weekend. And I just went to the store, not even cute. And this man offered to buy my beer. And I was like, in my head, I was like, I could just let him spend this money, knowing full on well, I'm not going to give him my phone number. Like, this man, all he wanted was my phone number, and I could have let him buy my either wine or six-pack just so I can get, that paid for, but he wouldn't get my phone number. And I sat there and I said, you know what, sir, look, I can't even sit there and let you spend this money on me because I am not going to give you my phone number, and that would have been a waste of your money. And any other woman that would stand here and let you do that, she's trash. That is what I told him. And he, clutching his pearls, well, not his pearls, but, his gold chain. You really think that? Absolutely, I think that. I think a woman who would stand there and let you spend money on her knowing full on well she has no intention on giving you her phone number, okay, let alone getting you laid, should not, be taking your money. She is trash if she does that. Because, listen, a bottle of wine, 6-pack, that's like $10, $11, right? Like, that's not that much money. But add it up. How often do men do this? Where they just spend their money on women at the convenience store, at the grocery store? You go to the bar and you're trying to talk to her and you buy her a drink. How often do you do these things that you're spending this money on the women? And I say even then, okay, a few months ago, men, don't spend your money on the broad. Cue financial celibacy, where men are now going to start finding out whether or not she's even worth the buck. I said in that video, if she's not even okay with the beach date, the picnic date, okay? Like some of the more romantic things you see in the old movies, like a stroll through the city, going to have a picnic at the beach or the park. These are very low costing, if not free altogether, right? And doesn't have to take you that much. She can actually hear you. I said in that video, if a woman says she wants you to take her to the nightclub, all she's interested in is you spending on her bottles. And considering the virtue of women today really is not all that great, she might even get you laid just because, but you won't see her ever again unless, you are free meal number 5 in some cases. She sleeps with you to get free meals. She's not actually interested in becoming a wife. She's not interested in becoming a partner in your life. She's not interested in any of those things. At all. Like, she's okay with diminishing her own dang value. Of course she's okay with letting you spend your money. Men, stop spending your money on the broad. I've said it a million times, and I tell you, I saw these videos. I wish I could pull up these clips for you. I might do that in the next episode I do this week. But I freaking love this. I thought, I've been saying this for months. I've been saying it for weeks. I just feel like men should just not do this. Now, low key, I feel like women should stop crazy spending as well. That we don't spend on men, like we don't do that. Men spend on the woman and women don't spend on the man. I guess this is a married thing, like a wife might buy her husband a new shirt because he's in desperate need of one. Like I've seen that. My sisters have done that for their husbands. My sister-in-law has done that for my brother. It's like, he's been on a truck for so many months. Like the dude just doesn't upgrade his clothing. And so me, his wife, and my other sister, we go to the mall and he was like our real life Ken doll. Like, nope, try this on. Go try these corduroy pants on. Try this on. Try this on. And, it's like got him a whole new wardrobe because he desperately needed it. But you see what I'm saying? Like, this is not something that women do for the boyfriend. They do this for the husband, right? Like, that's what happens there. Women don't essentially spend their money on their men. Like, they don't do that, which I find, if it's a picnic, you can buy the fruit or the sandwiches, and he can buy the juice or the sodas or the bottled waters, right? These are romantic dates. They're very romantic, and you don't have to go broke to be romantic. And I feel like men, they're finally there with me. Like, they're finally there. I've been saying it for months, and I feel validated. I really feel validated. And I did see one of these videos. I wish I could pull it up, where the gentleman was like, I think this is going to be a conversation, right? I think it's going to be a really good conversation because women are going to say, well, why would you do that? Of course they're going to ask that question. Of course they're going to ask. And the men are going to respond to the women saying, well, why wouldn't I do that? Making it look like the woman is in the wrong, which in all fairness, I do think that she would be in the wrong. There is nothing wrong with a man wanting to be cognizant of how much money he's spending. I don't think, because if the man had a zero-based budget and he had a weekly budget on how much he was willing to spend and he wanted to take his woman out for a date, if what she's asking to do goes beyond his weekly budget, okay, I, as a financial coach, would sit there and say to him, why did you spend $200 this week? This is above more than you were supposed to spend. Well, my girl, dump her. Okay, how attached to this broad are you? That's what I'm asking. How attached to this female are you? That, I'm going to tell you to cut her out of your life because she's costing you money. I ask people questions about their cars, for goodness sakes. How attached to that truck are you? How attached to that car are you? Because really, low key, I'm the hashling and slasher, and I'm ready to slash this out of your budget. If you sit there and you tell me that the reason why you overspent this week is because this female said she wanted to go to a nightclub, I'm going to tell you to dump her, get rid of her. Did you ask her for the coffee date? And if she low-key got a problem with buying you a coffee, knowing damn well she's spending money at Starbucks every day, then I'm looking at her funny. Like, when she took you to the coffee date, did she buy it at the gas station? Because I'm looking at her funny. Because if she wants you to spend $100, $200 on her, but you can't spend $8 on a large cup of coffee at Starbucks on him, if she's not even willing to do that, I'm looking at her funny. Okay? She's already spending the money on Lala coffee, Starbucks coffee every day, maybe every other day if she's smart. But even still, she's spending like $20 to $30 a week on coffee outside her house. That she looking for you to spend all this money? Men, stop spending your money on the broad. And finally, it is a trend. I absolutely love this because as a financial coach, as a budget specialist, if I see one of my clients come to me and I see that you spent more that week, that month, because this female who is not your wife convinced you to do it, I am slashing her out of your budget. Like, OD. Seriously. It's get rid of this broad, okay? Captain, this female cannot be trusted, okay? Like, she may get your motor running, but she's costing you your sufficient energy and sufficient resources. And, you worked hard to get them dilithium crystals. If you're a Star Trek fan, you know what that means. Don't let this broad cost you your position, okay? If they try to do that, then she not the one. If she got a problem with the coffee date, she not the one. If she got a problem with the picnic, she not the one. If she got a problem with the beach date, she not the one. And now that we're seeing that men are low-key thinking that already now, I don't think I have that much to worry about. I'm so happy the men have listened, okay? Now, I'm just going to give myself this credit. I know it's not because of me, but it's in the ethers. I feel like I put it out in the universe, and it's collecting, and the men got it. They're with it. It makes sense to them. Why would I spend all this money on this woman? And she's not my wife. And I don't even know if this is going to lead to anything. And what if by the end of this, I don't even like her? Right? You're going to spend hundreds to possibly thousands of dollars on this woman who you may not even like because she got a bad attitude. And listen, yo, you could tell if she got an Instagram face, chances are she feeling herself a little too much. She thinks she's a dime. She thinks she's hot. She thinks she's fine. She thinks she a 10. She's going to have an attitude, okay? Like, on average, what does she think she is when she's fresh out the shower, no makeup? And if she still feels like she a 10, and there are some women like that, but here's the thing. Not everybody's going to look like Halle Berry. Not everybody's going to look like Margot Robbie. Not everybody's going to look like Lena Horne, Eartha Kitt, Angie Dickinson. Not everybody's going to look like these beautiful, drop-dead gorgeous women that are 10s out of Hollywood, okay? But they feel in themselves. And if they feel in themselves, chances are they got an attitude, okay? You're going to spend all this money on these women who got bad attitudes and just want you broke, okay? They will help you spend your money and then call you broke. That's what one of the men said on the interview with Anthony O'Neill. Like, that is what a high-value woman is, they said. A high-value woman, not even high value, the high-maintenance woman, that's what they call it, not a high value. That's a different story, which I think is a good thing for women. Anyhow, side note, they said that a high-maintenance woman, okay, is a woman who will help a man spend his money and then call him broke when he has none. But like, yo, he got no money because you sat there and you spent it because you wanted new weaves, you wanted new hair, you wanted to get your hair done, your nails done, new shoes, Botox, pume, laser removals of your hair. But you mad that he broke now. But yo, broad, you spent it all. Does she budget? Does she save? Does she have debts? Is she trying to get out of debt? Has she spoken to credit repair people? Has she done anything to fix her situation? If the answer to the question sorry, I'm talking fast and very passionate about the situation. If the answer to all of these questions are no to all of it, then she not the one. And I'm saying, men, slash her out of the budget. And like I said, if you guys are interested in doing that, definitely hit that link in the description box to the Moral Finance website where I can create your zero-based budgets for you if you agree to pay for one of our sessions. Again, in our free call, I will definitely go into the rates and I will calculate your debt to income ratios just to give you that financial clarity as to where you are and what you need to do to improve your circumstances. And I might even throw in the accountability sheet for you guys so that way you could at least keep track of your situation without any cost. So I will do that for you guys. So again, click that link in the description box to the Moral Finance website. Okay, men, congratulations. Round of applause. I think this is fantastic. Any woman that got a problem with it, let's say it together. She's not the one. So that's all I got to say. This episode is not going to be very long. I have no clips to show you, unfortunately, but I just felt like a video needed to be made about this because I love it when I see videos of Americans choosing to be smart with their money. And in this case, it happens to be men. Now, most of the videos that I've seen, it seems to be happening the case with a lot of black men, but it's possible that white men or Spanish men are just not making the videos about it, or I haven't seen any. But I'm going to have to do some more research on this to see just how much of a trend this is. I'm definitely going to get back to you guys with this story come next episode because I really want to know just how far this is going to go. Is this going beyond black men? Is it going into other racial groups? How do the women feel about this? Because I know that they're not happy. I know they're not happy. It's like, yo, if you're going to be financial celibate, well, then I'm just going to be celibate altogether. Round of applause, men. You're like, yes, I love it. If women are saying, because if that's their consequence for you, I'm not going to sleep with you if you don't spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on me. Like I said, she not the one. If that's her revenge, she not the one. Okay. You're leveraging your assets, okay, for a couple of dollars. And why are men wrong for calling you prostitutes? Trying to, just side note, okay? Side note. She not the one. Slash her out your budget. And I love that I said this a couple of months ago. I put it out into the universe and the men have heard. Thank you, Lord. You got my prayer out. I prayed for you, men, and you've heard it. And I'm so happy about this. So definitely get into the comment sections and let me know if you're one of these men who are choosing to be financially celibate. And if you have some links or videos that you think I should watch about this subject, definitely, get them in the comments because I really want to take a deep dive into this. And there was no deep dive, okay? Unfortunately, I couldn't get my clips to work today, but something had to be said. So thanks again for watching, you guys. Definitely get into the comments if you have any videos or stories about this particular subject of men's financial celibacy. Definitely share it with me because I do want to do a deep dive. And, that's it for me today, you guys. Thanks for watching. Again, subscribe to the channels of Pocket Politics and Moral Finance if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell, of course, so that you're always notified when episodes are coming out. You guys can definitely follow me on TikTok. It's another subject matter for another day, but follow me there as well under the name of Moral Finance. And, some of you guys are already following me on Instagram. That's awesome there as well, so you can follow me there as well. Thanks again. I love you guys. Have a good night. Sorry for the late episode. I love you guys. God bless. God bless you, men. And, of course, because it's me, Kepler.